Matthew's played in the NFL for a long time, multiple contracts and stuff. So we are like, you know what? We're going to splurge. And we're going to split a secondhand, reused, refurbished coffee maker.
Whose idea was this?
I may have had a hand in this. Like, we're going to buy one. Instead of just buying a new one, let's get the refurbished, 25.
Were you on some thrift TikTok?
I could not even tell you what website we got this thing from. But it was from the deep dark web. This
Reels and Deals.
Yes.
Welcome back to the Daily Grind. I'm Anna.
I'm Cooper. I wasn't ready. It was good. It was a good intro.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Coffee ritual. How do you want to start?
With coffee. Ritually.
Yeah. No. We wanted to talk more today about how we make the most of the day and how we like to start out the day with some just intentional time and just being able to focus inward so we can expend our energy outward, because as parents or anybody who's going to be around other people, you have to be able to expend some energy.
I think you said it great. If you aren't a parent, you are a child. So you're being parented by somebody.
Not necessarily true.
There's a lot more kids out there.
The eldest sister also, I would like to.
Yeah. There's a lot more children out there than know that there's children out there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
A lot of really old children walking around. It's all right. We love you. We're watching out for you. So I do think the intentional start, you talked about this. And I'm sure we'll talk on it more onto why we wake up at the butt crack of dawn.
Suddenly we're awake.
Suddenly we are awake. And we are tired. And
usually there are children about
on us, crawling around, screaming, who knows for what reason.
The alarm clock is the patter of the stairs, the thump.
Yeah, one of our children has very heavy feet. But, or the clinking of stuff in the kitchen. But
what was Cypress doing the other day that you, we were hearing
because
clinking?
We heard the feet stomping across, and then there was a lot of sneezing and coughing happening downstairs. I'm like, wait, why is
there somebody awake?
Why is he not here?
We're in bed.
Yes. It was a little
Which is
concern.
also, just as a parent, that the fear that goes through your body when you wake up to a sound that shouldn't be happening. That's going on. It's in the wrong spot.
Yes.
You're it's not just oh, they're in their room. They got up to go pee or something. You're no, that's was that the front door?
Yeah. Oh, that is a terrifying one. Yeah, when your child just feels comfortable enough to walk outside, just walk out the door. Usually to pee, though.
Yeah. Thankfully, we have 3 boys who love to pee outside.
Don't eat the rosemary right outside of our kitchen. Just say that. All right. I have to have coffee to start the day. It is a very important part of my ritual in the morning, how I get going. And, I think something for us, typically the way that we've functioned, right? Over the last 6 years, I would say 3.5 of them, you don't sleep through the night, right?
Yeah.
Roughly around that, right? So I usually wake up early with the boys. If I don't have work or something, I'm up early with the boys. And try to get things started.
And then I'm down at 6:30.
Oh, yeah. I'm up with the boys for about 4 hours, and then Anna gets there at about 6. And we, try to get things going a little bit. But I think something that's been really important for us in the chaos of okay, everyone needs something in the morning. By everyone, I mean the kids. Mm-hmm. There's so many needs that need to be met immediately. It's pressing issues always. Okay. But finding the time, I think, just to they just to make a coffee for each other, and you start your day with you might start with a warm tea or a warm lemon water or something, right? It's like understanding, I think, each other and saying, how can I just in the midst of changing a diaper while making breakfast for the kids and finding the Legos that they lost and all of these things, how can I find a way to help start my wife's morning
and connect.
Yes, and connect. And that's really it. The ultimate goal behind it is to be maybe if we do enough stuff, work together hard enough for the next hour, maybe we can find a little bit of time to sit down together and be able to just have a moment to connect before the day starts. And there's certainly been days where that's really all we get until it's 8:00. At this point, the brain's pretty fried. Pretty fried.
Yeah.
So, I think having that time has been a huge thing for us in the mornings. Intentional starts, being able to do something for each other. And what's my coffee order in the morning? What if you're making me a coffee, let's just say, situation. I'm up. I'm getting gym dressed. You get down there. Hey, I'll make Cooper's coffee.
I'm pulling 2 shots of espresso. But is it your normal? Because I feel like you kind of you fluctuate a little bit. I'm either making you.
Let's say I gotta go on the road soon. I gotta leave soon.
Okay, then I'm probably gonna make you a latte.
Yes.
2 shots of espresso, a little splash of maple syrup from Vermont.
Bunker Farms, not a sponsor, but we'd be willing to talk.
Bunker Farms, don't sleep on it. It's it's the best. Amazing maple syrup. A little pricey, but it's worth it. And then some raw milk, which I know is also going to bring the heat, but we do drink raw milk in our house, and it's delicious. You have to have the right source.
Yeah.
But it's really good.
The third arm that we grow out of our back is an unfortunate side effect of it, but it's all right. No, I'm serious.
But that's what I would make it with a little bit of cinnamon on top.
Yes.
Yeah. 2 shots, a little splash of maple, about 6 ounces of milk, and then a sprinkle of cinnamon on top.
That's great. That sounds like a great.
Or a cortado, but I feel like that's more if you're home and you just want to kick back some espresso.
You touched on the raw milk. The importance of quality ingredients. We're going to take a quick pause on the intentional start in the morning and talk about really quality ingredients, which is really, you want to talk about our nutrition. You want to know what our nutrition plan is? Eat foods from the ground and as close to the farm as you can get. Right?
Yeah.
And I would even say we don't even go so much we're not eating a ton of vegetables.
We are eating vegetables.
But it's not a vegetable-centric diet, right? We eat quality food.
Yeah. As close to the farm, but also know your farm. What's the farm feeding the animals? What's, what nutrients are being pulled from the soil? There's just so much more than just farm fresh is important, but
this is where we go back to the raw milk part of this, which is, I think, this is also a hot take. The less that people are involved in the touching and handling of food from when it becomes food to when you eat it, the better. Right? What do you say? I think the more that people handle it, typically the worse it gets.
In terms of processing. Yeah. Adding and taking away from the actual food. Obviously.
Let the food be the food. Get the nutrition from the food that is in the ground, that's being grown in nutrient-dense soil. Animals being fed good food.
Yeah.
Good things. We had this discussion with what was the one with June just the other day.
The red ripe strawberry, the mouse, and the big hungry bear, or something like that.
I loved that book as a child, right? And at the end of the story, the mouse eats the berry, and the discussion was with June, well, why doesn't the bear just eat the mouse who just ate the strawberry? And right, I was like, that's the question that June brought up. And I was like, yeah, Just think about that. You're eating chicken. What if the chicken you just ate was eating some absolute garbage?
Yeah.
So it's not the exact same thing, but it's 5-year-olds trying to like bridge the gaps there. Okay.
We're pretty far off the intentional
with the coffee. But yeah, raw milk with the coffee in the morning makes a huge difference. Using good ingredients in your coffee is a huge deal. Which I'm not going to talk about. I told myself I wasn't going to talk about. Just beep that out, actually. Can you just beep that? Anytime I say that word, just beep it.
What are you making me?
What am I making you?
What's my coffee order in the morning?
Your coffee order. Do you want your whole coffee order? Your whole thing?
What's my whole morning?
Your morning routine. Let's get the whole thing.
I am a creature of ritual.
Yes.
I'm not necessarily habit. I don't like the same exact thing every day. I mean,
you go through phases of stuff, trying things and kind of get dialing in what exactly you want. So I'd say you start with this. Let's just say random morning in February. Start your day. You'll come down and you'll start with holding some coconut oil. I descend
upon my people.
You descend upon your tribe from your perch to us lowlings running around. And you start your day with a coconut oil scoop that you hold in your mouth.
Oil pulling?
For a long time.
Minimum 10 minutes.
Yep. So 10 minutes of that. While that's going on, I don't scoop the oil for you. You do that. I know that. I'm just setting the stage. While that's happening, I'm getting you some warm water. And that's being pulled from our Ophora machine, which is the best water in the world. Not a sponsor. Again, let's talk. And we're also ideally having some lemons, maybe pulled from our lemon tree, and squeezing some lemon in there. It's a big cup of water. Mm-hmm. And you will not have anything until you've had your warm lemon water.
Try to rehydrate a little bit. Mm-hmm. I am a breastfeeding mother.
You are.
Through the night.
And I'm not breastfeeding currently.
I am parched in the mornings.
Yes. And so you start with that. And then after that, I would make you a coffee. Now, as of late, it's really been about the Americano, which has been, a double shot of our Dodo blend espresso. Beans. About 4.5 ounces of hot water. And then we'll do...
Also
Ophora. Important. Because we talked about quality. Quality ingredients. Mm-hmm. Quality ingredients? Better coffee.
Fancy feast.
Quality ingredients. Better coffee. What is it?
Papa John's.
Papa John's. Anyways, yeah. That's not a sponsor also. Don't call us. We're not interested. Oh, that's terrible, but it's so true. Please, we're truly not interested.
If I see Papa pop up on your phone. Oh man.
You talk about Papa John?
Papa John. He's gonna keep leaving you voicemails.
Oh, okay. Pull it together. But we're
Americano.
Yeah, okay, Americano. Double shot, 4.5-ish ounces of hot water, and then we'll do like some Strauss cream, half and half. If you don't have half and half, you can actually make it. It's half milk, half cream. Mm-hmm. And we'll do, a little cream top on there. Sprinkle of cinnamon, dash of maple.
Sounds so good.
Money. I think that is what that is.
It's gone. No. It was.
It was what it was. something that I think because we've been intentional about kind of how we started our day. Our boys want us to kind of start being a part of this, and we should really go back to this. Should be more of a connection. I'm like realizing right now it started as a connection thing, and it really should go back to it. It's become
Which
more,
it has been recently.
Yeah. Yes, we did get back to
Yeah.
this, but our boys, what is their greatest need in the morning?
Their sole need and desire that they deserve in the morning is black milk.
Warm black milk.
Warm black milk, which started off of a riff of our coffee. You know, like your kids want your coffee in the morning. They want to drink from your mug. So you like pour them a little bit of milk and you like splash a little bit of coffee in there so it looks dark.
Mm-hmm. And that's where it started, right?
Yes.
Like they wanted warm black milk and they really want our coffee. We'd make them some milk in the morning and like, well, I want to drink your coffee. But
this is your coffee.
We'll make yours. And they started asking for what we want it to be. We'll start calling that warm black milk is what they started calling it.
Mm-hmm.
That has grown.
It grew because I was like, okay, they were only drinking that and then they were going and playing.
Yep.
So I was like, okay, if this is going to be your sole nutrients, in the morning, I need to add a little bit of spice to it. So we added in the collagen, colostrum, a little bit of maple syrup.
Bunker Farms also. No, yeah, we make them basically a $30 protein shake to start their day. But no, it's not. That's an exaggeration. But no, we do. It's grown from like, okay, we're just gonna have like a little bit of milk with a splash of coffee to be like, okay, well, how can we make it actually like have nutritional value to them, right? So they start their day with some warm black milk. We start with our coffee, and
have the connection together.
And the thing that we do now is we make it like we let them make it, which is the greatest test in patience ever, because we have in our family the maestro of mess. I have like 12 names for him. The captain of crumb. He knows how to mess like none other, and our youngest has taken it upon himself to figure out how he can use slurp the title of maestro. So anyways, it is a very messy thing in the morning, but it is a great way to start the day, and like we get to have this intentional like connection with our boys, and like we're gonna do this together, and it's fun. We need to give them some more colostrum.
Yeah, thank you for the reminder. So that's more when you are out of season.
Yeah.
How do you, when you're in season, how does that look different?
Well, in season, you are dang near running solo, right? Yeah.
Yeah, no, you leave at 4 a.m. Yeah. Like you really you're up before the kids, which is saying a lot. Yeah.
They're really trying to beat me during the season, during the off season.
Well, your truck fires up and then they're awake. So I'm like, nice.
Quiet start. I need to do that quiet start on there. Yes. So so you're riding solo. You're handling the business at home. I try to keep that a similar routine, but I do it at the facility, right? Like I'm up and out of the house very quickly. Get to the facility early. And the first thing I do is go get my coffee. And now we officially like Dodo Coffee is now in the Rams facility.
Dodo
Coffee Co. is in the building. And so now I can actually get real good coffee at the facility. But before...
You do need to get that figured out though, because you were saying that
there's some issues with the recipes. We're gonna get figured out. The coffee machine is just using the wrong ratios of stuff.
You know what coffee machine it is?
Yeah, it's a Brun. We're gonna figure it out. But that's talking about coffee machines. Here we go. So we had these two really expensive coffee machines that were pulling basically like giant things of drip coffee, right? And which I'm good. Drip coffee is great. I think it all has its place. But Matthew's very particular. He's a little sensitive. His stomach is a little sensitive. So we were like, okay, well, we're not going to drink that coffee. We want to have something, like a little more quality. So Matthew's played in the NFL for a long time, multiple contracts and stuff. So we are like, you know what? We're going to splurge. And we're going to split a secondhand, reused, refurbished coffee maker.
Whose idea was this?
I may have had a hand in this. You're like, we're going to buy one. Instead of just buying a new one, let's get the refurbished, like 25.
Were you on like some thrift TikTok?
I could not even tell you what website we got this thing from, but it was from the deep dark web. This
Reels and Deals.
Yes. And the
deep dark web outcomes, brand new, fully refurbished.
Yes.
Has been sitting in somebody's basement.
Yeah.
Coffee machine.
Coffee machine. So we got this thing, but that's where we started pulling our coffee from.
Yeah.
All right. And which is great because we had it in our room. We didn't have to go. We didn't have to leave the room. I walk into the TV room. Boom. Turn on the computer.
Yeah.
Boom. Log in. Turn on the projector.
Mm-hmm.
Coffee is.
Put your feet up.
Yep. Yeah. I start the coffee machine. Do my reading in the morning.
Yeah.
By the time I'm done with my reading, coffee's done. Jump into film. It was great.
Until it exploded.
No, what ended up happening is, well, I'll get there. First of all, let's get to the end. We can't destroy the machine before we get to the end of this thing. But what was really fun about that was we then, it's like, okay, the ones in the cafeteria have the coffee beans that they had, whatever. They weren't my favorite. But then we had our little machine spitting out liquid gold. Mm-hmm. That we could then like buy coffee from other places. We could go explore and try other spots. We tried Jimmy's thing. Big Face Coffee. Yeah. And being able to buy beans from places and just be like, let's give it a
that's
shot.
A huge part about coffee and coffee culture and just
it's
being
fun
able to
go and try places.
Yeah.
And, I'm gonna be critical of Los Angeles coffee. There's growth. There's growth available here. There is some good coffees. I think some of our favorite places, Peddler's Fork, right around the corner here. Mm-hmm. 10-speed coffee.
Topanga Living Cafe.
Cafe is good.
I will say, I think though we are in suburbia, so it's harder for us to try the really good coffee, the niche spots of LA, because we don't get down there enough. Yeah.
So
because it's
fair.
2 hours.
That's fair. I might have been being too critical.
We come from the Northwest. That is where we hail from. And there is a lot of good coffee, but we also...
what else is up in Northwest?
What? Tell me.
Beep it.
We hail from the coffee corner of the nation.
Yes.
And we were able to experience it a lot in college. And we were able to venture out a little bit more. We didn't have kids. Mm-hmm. Work life was a little bit slower pace, so we could go on coffee dates and do that kind of thing. Yeah.
But that was really fun to do. And that was the start of our day was, a cup of coffee, maybe from some place we haven't tried beans from before. And then obviously the Breakfast Club is well documented. Yeah. You don't need to get into it, but that was a really fun part of our mornings that maybe hasn't been talked about, was being able to do some of that stuff together. And, going in on janky coffee machines. Yeah. Which the end story on that is, so any coffee machine you have grounds that come out, and you've got to take care of the machine. You got to dump them out and stuff like that. Some of this is going to be super gross. Some of the weirdest mold I've ever seen started growing from the coffee grounds out of this machine, and it was literally immediate.
Is that where your third arm's coming from?
Honestly, I've been bashing raw milk, and it's been this janky coffee machine this whole time.
What are you guys doing?
No, we stopped using it though. Once the mold showed up, we're like, okay, something was being used. This janky coffee machine came from somewhere not on this earth, and has been trying to infiltrate and destroy our facility from inside of itself somewhere. So we stopped using it once that started happening. We got through a smart decision. I will say this. We got through a season and a half before it started molting.
Growing.
Whatever you want to call it. But
Hard hitters.
hard hitters. Here we go. New segment. The hard hitters. So we're at a place.
We're at a coffee shop.
We're at a coffee shop.
We get Fridays during OTAs. You get Fridays off. So we
Yes.
get to have a little bit of time together.
And we have a date. We Friday morning in the off season during OTAs is date morning.
Yeah.
And we're out at this coffee shop, and certain other benefits of drinking coffee in the morning. It makes you go to the bathroom. We can cut that part out. You don't have to use that part. But we got to go to the bathroom. So I go to the bathroom. Like, I go into the bathroom. The bathroom in this place, so the ceiling in this place
It's a small building.
basically like I'm 6'1" and 5/8. And I want to say 6'2" really badly, but I feel like I'd get called out on it. I'm 6'1" and 5/8, combine certified. And my hair is grazing the ceiling in this place. It is real low. It's really nice, like really nice woods, like natural feel to it. Small, intimate, like sitting area, nice little patio, just very small.
Mm-hmm.
The bathroom, there's one of them, and the door is wafer thin, and is connected to the main area, dining area, right? Wafer thin bathroom door connected to the sitting area in a coffee shop. So I go to the toilet, and I have to go to the bathroom. But as I get to the toilet, I look over at the door, and there's one vent on the door, right? Now, these things are supposed to be slotted. You slot them on the outside down.
Slanted, yeah.
Right? And on the inside down, so that you can't see in, but it allows airflow. They have it backwards. So that if you're standing outside the door, upside down on that side, right? On the outside it's like this, on the inside it's like this. So if you're standing on the outside, you are looking right through the slats, making direct eye contact with the person doing the do.
So the hard hitter is, would you rather be?
Yes. If you're sitting on the toilet, doing your business, and you make eye contact with person standing on the other side of that door,
would you rather be peeped on or the peeper?
Yes. Would you rather be the peeper or the peepee, as it were?
What's your pick?
Here's what I think.
You had to go through this because you...
No, I had to play the scenario out in my head. I need to say I didn't end up using the bathroom. I couldn't do that out of fear of what could possibly have happened. So I just held it. I also had a terrible migraine. So anyways, I think if I have to put myself in this situation, and I think that I would rather be the peeper in this situation. This is why. I can leave. Like, I can just leave. As soon as that happens, I'm not seeing that person ever again in my life. I'm making it a point to never, ever see that person ever again. And I feel like they probably don't recognize me because it's just my eyes. Like, it's not like they're going to, like, you know what I mean? But if I just stood there.
What if you couldn't leave?
That's what I'm saying. Okay, I was going to say what makes this really a hard hitter is I have to wait there and like.
you like really have to go.
I have to introduce myself to them afterwards.
I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry. But what if you're the peeped on person and the person, like if you couldn't move, if you couldn't leave, and the person standing outside the door just keeps like around, like, like isn't leaving, but also is like checking on you. I don't know if I could handle being in there and being peeped on like that.
It's really a lose-lose either
It's a
way.
lose-lose either way. I think you have to be the peeper,
I think so too.
and you have to be respectful about it,
exactly.
and say,
Mhm,
"I'm sorry,
mhm.
dude, but this vent is
Yeah,
messed up."
like, just really apologetic and
I didn't
maybe
see
let the
I
people
didn't see
know.
anything.
Yeah. Just saw the top of your hair.
Yeah. It really just saw from your eyes up. Like the vents really place. It's precarious, but it's really just from the eyes up. Anyways, you going with the peeper, not the peepee. No one wants to be the
No.
peepee.
Thanks for joining us. This has been The Daily Grind with Anna and Cooper.
Have a good day.